Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another Blu Ray 3D review. This time we're going to take a look at the Hobbit 3D. So it finally came out. Been waiting for this one for a long time. I've always loved the Lord of the Rings. I love Tolkien, but I think that the Hobbit personally was my favorite of all the novels, and I think it's because it was a little simpler. I think the simpler the story, the better the character development. I just think the Lord of the Rings had way too much going on. Granted, I loved those films, but I was really looking forward to this one coming out, and it was in 3D, which was nice. And they had the new version, the new filming that Pete Jackson did of what was it, 30 some frames or 28 frames or whatever it was. I didn't see it that. I saw it at IMAX 3D, and it was fine. I liked it. I really did. And so we get the disc here. Take a look at the packaging, see what it comes with. We'll talk about the film itself, and then we'll talk about the 3D. You know, it's what we do. It's a Blu Ray 3D review, right? So we got the really cool, we got Gandalf, and we got this neat little, like, leaf. I don't know why the leaves, it's like an autumn thing, but it really wasn't autumn at all in this film. It was springtime when they left, so I don't know why it's, I'm not sure why it's autumn on the little disc thing, but yeah, that kind of cool little thing going on there. The back of it, we've got, hey, this is what's going on, Bilbo's running, talking about it, this is what you need to play it. Same piece on the inside and on the back. This is a really thick case too. This has got mini discs in it. Open this puppy up. We've got The Hobbit. Watch the exclusive worldwide sneak peek of The Desolation of Smaug. I did not watch that. There's a blank piece there, so obviously a case they can use for a season of a television show. So we've got The Hobbit Blu-ray 3D Part 1. It is broken up into 2 discs. There's Parts 2, and then we've got the regular Blu-ray version, and then we've got the DVD and special features. And they're all black, which is kind of cool, kind of neat. Just very simple, very elegant. I like that. They look cool that way. Very nice. So, The Hobbit. Yeah, we get Gandalf come back. We've got Frodo is in the film at the beginning. Basically, the movie starts right before the start of the Fellowship of the Ring, which I thought was really cool. Now, we break into The Hobbit, the original storyline, and if you've read the books, you know what it is. The Hobbit, Bilbo is recruited by Gandalf to go with these dwarves, these 13 dwarves, to take back their mountain, take back their gold from the dragon Smaug, and they have adventures along the way, right? Well, basically it's the same thing here, but they add more to it. Chris Lee is back as Saruman, who did not appear in the original Hobbit book. They tie it more to the Lord of the Rings, and they take a little artistic license, and that's fine. They got to add filler, I guess, and they're trying to attach it to the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. So there will be 2 trilogies for The Hobbit, which is very cool. I'm going to dig that a lot. And there's stuff in Rivendell that ties into the Lord of the Rings. There's Radagast the Wizard, which is very cool. I really dug his character. It was a nice addition. Not in the original book. It's from the Lord of the Rings novels, not the Hobbit book. And but it was nice to add those kind of things there. So we're getting more of the story in the background for the Lord of the Rings added, mixed in with the Hobbit. And you know what? I'm fine with that. It looks good on film. It makes for a good storyline. So yeah, very long film. It cuts off right as they get to Mirkwood. So the second one, they're going to be going through Mirkwood, and I don't know if they're going to actually confront Smaug in the second one, or they'll wait for the third one. The third one may just be about the Battle of the 5 Armies. I don't know. We do see glimpses of Smaug, and we see his eye at the end, which is very cool. Cannot wait to hear Cumberbatch as Smaug. I'm very interested in that. The glimpses we do get, very cool looking. They do have the thrush and the snail and lots of little bits I really, really do dig. The troll scene is very good. They have a new troll scene. They alter the goblins when they take the dwarves down and capture them. That's very different from the book. Very much more expounded, and they kind of tie another group of goblins to Thorin Oakenshield, which is kind of interesting. Different than the book, but that's okay. Again, like I said, it's all right. Things I didn't particularly care for, some of the dwarves are not very dwarf-like. Thorin's not very dwarf-like, and Philly and Killy, not very dwarf-like at all. They just look like humans. And that's disappointing. You know, at least add a prosthetic nose, give them a little larger ears, something. They just don't look like dwarves to me. All the other dwarves, fantastic. They look great. But yeah, so pretty cool stuff. The 3D in this does look very, very good. The scenes where you're walking through the Shire look very nice. The scenes with the trolls, battling the trolls, looks very, very cool. The scenes in the woods with Radagast the Brown Wizard look very nice. Rivendell looks very, very nice. The battle scene with the goblins at the end looks really cool. The eagles, very cool stuff. So all around, I mean, it looks very good in 3D. Is it the best 3D? I don't know about that. I've seen some better things in 3D, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good in 3D. I do like it. So is this something that you want to add to your 3D collection? Yes, I would say so, especially if you are a Lord of the Rings fan. You're going to want this. Hopefully they will do a conversion for the other Lord of the Rings into 3D and do a re-release. I think that would be kind of cool. And then you'd have to take like a week to watch everything. So they're supposed to do a director's cut of this, and if they do that, I mean, this thing's probably going to be 3 discs long. Because this unto itself had to be broken into 2 discs for the 3D version. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. But definitely, if you're a fan of The Lord of the Rings, this is one that you're going to want. I'm a huge fan of The Hobbit. I liked it a lot better than Lord of the Rings, and I'm glad it came out in 3D. I thought that was a nice little added touch to the whole thing. So very cool, very nice. Definitely pick it up. I think this is going to be a big hit at Christmas time. It's going to be one of those 3D movies that just flies off the shelves. So there it is, The Hobbit in 3D.